on August the 6th, I went to juvenile court about my grandkids. My daughter Kathleen didn't show up. Kathleen attorney came out and spoke to me. He asked me where was she. I said I haven't seen her. He also informed me that Miss Judge Casey Jones was going to be the judge there. I said, okay. So, time the court started, they said, want to come in. Introduced themselves, who it was. I said that I was Kathleen Morgan. So, Miss Jones said, this doesn't concern me. I hear the same words from the day my grandkids were removed from my daughter's care. So, those exact words came from a lady that said she was Michelle Perkins. A news article I read, it said that Michelle Perkins was white. But those exact words that Miss Jones said were those words that Michelle Perkins said. So the lady that came was black. So you're going to tell me the way I'm thinking now, that this woman that came and took my grandbabies from my daughter, Kat, well, that judge, and Michelle Perkins was white, and this woman said she was Michelle Perkins and she was black. I'm going to just say, those same exact words that came out of that judge's mouth, making me believe that she was the one came and removed my daughter kids from her. Because when Harvey was on the phone, he said he was on the phone with his boss. And she came. By the time he would finished talking to me, she popped up. He said, there she goes now with the warrant. I never did see a warrant for them to remove my grandkids from my daughter. Never did see one. But you want those exact words? That was the lady that came with her badge. She blunt. Didn't look like her. But out of that woman's mouth, that was her. So you want on my behalf, a judge gonna come out and remove my grandbabies. I can sit here and say this, because this happened. And in no way that I'm lying. That was you, Miss Jones. You. Can't tell me otherwise. It was you. You said, this has nothing to do with me. Nothing. And when I said Michelle Perkins said those words, and I said, my grandbabies are my business, my daughter, I meant that. They are my business. And a while back, someone told me it was too many of them. I should let things go. No, I'm not going to let this go. Because you tried to use things against my daughter back when she was in work. That was 2016, 2017. Back then. You said where is an okay place for youth. No. It's not an okay place. And this young girl hung herself there. My daughter was there when she did. And I hear the same exact words that Rosemary said to me when my daughter was in there trying to tell me I can't take care of my kid, my daughter. Like I said, trying to use that against my daughter back then. And then you got the chief, Wayne Smith. When this officer jumped on my daughter, when I was right there at that motel, he jumped on her. After I finally got in touch with him, you know what he gonna tell me? Well, she did have a warrant. You knew my daughter had a warrant out on her when you was sending them buns for me to get her out. You knew she had a warrant then. They said it take more than one to do illegal shit. And then you got the sheriff, my daughter and I. 3 o'clock in the morning, calling me. You thought I was gonna get up and come to that jail? You telling my daughter she can have a visitor. What fool come there at 3 o'clock in the morning? 3 o'clock in the morning, around a place like that. You had my daughter calling me, telling me to come up there. All this shit still need to be investigated. But Miss Jones, I know that was you. That because you a judge, it was you. It just takes someone in that system to go ahead with this illegal shit. You understand? The kid's father was there. Father's attorneys were there. Say they were there. If I'm looking at the papers you all have, about the DNA, saying he cannot be exclusive for them kids, biological father. So, how in the fuck you were there for the kid's father? How? And as for Kathleen attorney, you didn't even step up one little blink to speak for my daughter. So every one of you was in that courtroom that day on the 6th. That's how your little operation getting. Because it has to be someone to make sure this shit go through. And all this other shit, it go through the DA, yeah. Go through the DA. Like I said, my daughter was in where? We got Tammy Gates, F. Stewart. Katie was working with them together. You say you've been watching my daughter way back then. You trying to tell me you were watching her way back then, 2016, 2017, on up to now, when she had her kids. Wait until something happened. Just wait. Plan your shit. And the judge that I went in front of in Arcadia, that courthouse needs to be investigated too. Investigate. That's where it started. But then you're going to have a warrant on me. Yeah, I went to win. And the sheriff that picked me up, he finally got his brother in Mexico. Now, you can come pick me up You were keeping track, keeping your brother. I'm gonna say it like that. Yeah, yeah. It's somebody telling you. You knew where your brother was. You knew. You picked my ass up, but you wouldn't let your brother go that long. And as for Ballinger, you need to be investigated too. Y'all need to be investigated. And okay, I was living in Ringo Air property. I was paying you homestead taxes. I'm not sure it's supposed to go to the sheriff, but it's showing that I paid you. That I paid you on that land. And when I moved from there, the little substation down there, I asked, do I still pay taxes right there? Were the taxes there? They're going to tell me no. No, I don't pay taxes there, but I'm still paying taxes down there in the other part, about the lady. You need to be investigated too. You doing some crooked shit there now too. It was crooked. And then back to when you call yourself something to win, you want to talk about you want to take me halfway to Mississippi because they didn't have no open. I'm talking to the sheriff that picked me up. No, yeah, because I said his brother finally got him. You want to take me there? Keep cover. And like I said, DA in this shit too. How many times there's ones that you were trying to get, but they never show up. They got away. And the chief in Ringo, now Peterson, you're the biggest hacker there is. You're the biggest hacker. I know you hack. If they investigate down now, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly. And back to the DA stuff, my grandkids are biracial too. Funny to say, me and Tammy shares a little family together. But that was my grandkids too. You look back into shit, most of these young men getting away with all the shit. You all letting them know when they gonna do these busts. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Cause Tammy, you know what uh, my grandkids doing, but you wanna. No, I'm gonna leave it at that. But you know what they're doing. Cause if I say too much, you're gonna start running high and shit. You're gonna start running. And I look back through some more papers I have. I'm just mention things. I'm not gonna talk on the incident in Cutlass. I'm not gonna say who, but Mr. Brown. I would talk to you about that. But if I say it now, motherfuckers will start running, digging up shit they don't hide. You said my daughter was on meth and all this shit. You want to say my daughter on meth? There's one person I know that I didn't really think my daughter was hanging around with. But I'm going to say this. Motherfucker, are you still cooking the shit? That's my daughter. That's my daughter. And when it came down to that, I found out she was hanging around you. I couldn't even fucking believe it. Couldn't believe it. And then when they started hiding about my daughter on meth and all that goddamn shit, and I was wondering why my daughter, I was hiding she over there on Greenwood Road and all that shit. And I found out you over there. But if I say something about you, you're gonna start running your ass when I said dig up the shit you done back then. Some of the shit I might say might clear up some cases and it might fuck up some shit. Then you got these damn little boys shooting up and down Linwood one night. I was on Bellwood. Little boy, I know who you were, but I just don't know your name. You know. And the one I'm talking about now, when I say she's still cooking the shit, motherfucker, you know who I'm talking about. You know. And I'm skipping through shit, saying stuff. Like to put the pieces together. Then we got co-workers at my job. Back then, when all this shit was going on with my daughter, I don't give a damn who you are. I treated you with respect. Treated you with respect. Still treat you with respect. You call yourself my supervisor. You think I should fear for my job because you're my supervisor? When you call me Mary, you Kathleen mother. Kathleen did this and Kathleen did that. Kathleen old this, Kathleen old that. You know what the hell I'm talking about. You know. Then you had your daughter talking to me any kind of goddamn way. I'm old enough to be that girl grandma, her mama. But you let your daughter talk to me any kind of goddamn way just because you supervisor. I said I'm going to let you know that I knew that you and your daughter was in this shit. And I'm talking about you, Crystal. And I'm talking about your daughter. I'm talking about you. You're going to take the same shit that I took from your daughter and you. But with me, I'm doing it like this. I'm doing it like this. Because when I said I was fed up with it, you, your daughter, and the rest of them, all of you, plotting this shit. And just because you say you gotta have friends, family member, and whatever, law enforcement or whatever, yeah, I'm gonna do it like this. And then this judge and these two attorneys, yeah, we're gonna go ahead with adoption with this child when